when you talk about it, it is sub judice according to the judicial system. Now, when you have top contenders come on air and make statements that is suggestive, it becomes a concern, because the primary purpose of government is to secure lives and properties. Okay, so when you see a trend of what can bring about breakdown of law and order, I think the earlier you stem it in the bud, the better. Okay, and that is what I think, and I know that the federal government is doing. Okay, because it is really going to be very, very disastrous for all of us across board that we have a country that is going to be thrown into chaos. Now, the part a lot of people are not looking at, no matter the divide you find yourself and how much you want or you expected that your candidate would have been the winner of the elections, if this country is thrown into chaos or a state of war, it's gonna ravage everybody. Okay, so we must at every point in time stand for what is going to keep this country united and what is going to keep us as one, regardless of whatever divide we find ourselves, and regardless of how much we think that what has happened did not work or go the way we expected it to go. Okay, we must first have a country before we even have anybody to lead the country.
All right, now, given the fact that you've analyzed the issue that has to do with the insightful statement allegedly made by Datti-Ahmed Baba, let's look at the aspect of Peter Obi's accusation, the accusation leveled against Peter Obi. Now, I'm going to read a tweet to you by some Nigerians, especially the one who says Ig himself, that's Ig underscore himself. He goes on to say that, in my opinion, the audio is not real. Technology don't advance past the level we think it was. Example of it is Trump singing Baby Calm Down by his Rema. Check video on YouTube. Now, this is a reaction coming from the leaked audio tape between Peter Obi and the the general overseer of Winners Chapel. Now, it is said that particular audio tape was made in an attempt to stage a religious war, allegedly. So what is your view about that, going by this tweet that this young man just made, that it was actually something that was not real, a technology, perhaps an AI, was used to do this? What is your view about that?
So there has been different opinions on the leaked tape. Okay, now I don't know who.
All right, I think we lost you again. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right,
go ahead.
If it's real or is a lie, the fact remains that if a tape or a record.
Can you hear us? Are you there?
Okay.
All right, I think
he's trying to react to that particular tweet that young man made, because looking at this, it's obvious that, well, some people are saying that the statement that this heard in the audio tape would have been taken out of context. Some are saying that AI was used. I mean, artificial intelligence was used to do that. Giving the example of what Trump did, what they saw Trump doing when he was singing a particular song by Rema. So that could have been used to doctor that. Of course, if you heard what some people were saying earlier on about what's the name of this minister of Labor and
Ngige?
No, not Ngige. Minister of Employment, Festus Keyamo, said that since it has come to a stage where propaganda now becomes the in thing, they are going to go propaganda for propaganda. So it is obvious now that at this point, one would not take whatever that comes out especially in this kind of manner, to be something real.
You know what?
Are you there, Mr.
Yes, I am.
All right,
I am.
please go ahead, please.
And don't also forget that when that tape came out, one of the spokesperson of the Labour Party presidential campaign, precisely Kenneth Okonkwo, came out and made a statement agreeing to the fact that that tape, that recording was real. Okay? So, but you see, I don't even want us to dwell on that. At this point, if there is anything every Nigerian should be doing, is to be suing for peace and peaceful coexistence. I find it very shocking that all of a sudden people don't even have right to support who they want to support, or campaign or stand by who they want to stand by. You know, it is from how much people were bullied on social media by a certain candidate supporters, and so many things that you now start wondering.
Are you there, Mr. Andrew? All right. Now we're going to come back at you.
All right,
as soon
so
as we
I
establish him.
actually wanted him. I'm still going to take him back, although we don't have much time left. I was taking back to him reacting to that statement made by that lady, one of the lady on Twitter, you know, because he was actually saying, I mean, Mr. Andrew, that of course the case is in court, but he was disappointed in the statement Datti-Ahmed made on a public, on a national TV, and I wanted him to juxtapose it to what this lady is saying. If you think that he is not supposed to have said that statement and Nigerians are not seeing it in that angle, then it's not really something that we should be, you know, critical about.
No, he's saying...
Because that's his own opinion. Nigerians
left.
are not even reacting to that. Nigerians are even saying that if you want people to address their matters in court, and they are doing that, and at the same time still expressing themselves, why should the federal government be angry?
That's even where I was coming, because if he said... Hello, Mr. Andrew, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Please go ahead.
Please, let me quickly just react.
Go ahead, please.
Let me quickly react. Don't also forget that part of what the Labour Party has planned to do is that the moment the sitting of this case starts, they are going to occupy the courts. I don't know where in our constitution.
Where did you hear that from? Did you have a proof?
It's there in the public domain. Aisha Yesufu, that is one of the major people in the Labour Party, have made those statements. You know, the statements are there. It's there in the public space, okay? And they have clearly told us that they are going to occupy the courts.
Mr. Andrew.
They are going to occupy the courts.
Mr. Andrew, are you aware that Aisha Yusufu you just quoted now is not a Labour Party executive or a Labour Party?
It does not mean she's not a
member.
How many people are Labour Party executives? She's a Labour Party supporter and the supporter of the presidential candidate.
We were expecting you to say categorically from somebody who we can verify. Aisha Yusufu is just one of the obedience, and she has said it time and again. So we cannot be holding on to what she has said.
The fact remains that she's one of the biggest cheerleader and supporter of the Labour Party candidate, and you can never exonerate the fact that a statement from a supporter of a candidate will never be separated from that from the support of that candidate. All
right, now let me take you back to the video that came out some weeks ago before the election, where it was alleged that MC Oluomo made a very insightful statement that whoever does not vote for their party candidate should not come out for the election. Would you want to say that is also, given the fact that you are alleging now that Aisha Yusufu, who also made that kind of statement, can also be viewed as a Labour Party member? Can you also say that of MC Oluomo, saying that he made that statement because APC gave him the backup?
Now, first of all, MC Oluomo has come out to deny the statement and said that he said it out of joke. Now, whatever it is, if MC Oluomo makes a statement that is capable of creating chaos, it is the onus lies on the security agent to pick him up and bring him in for questioning. Okay, so I will never exonerate a bad statement. Okay, so if MC Oluomo makes a statement that is capable of throwing the country into chaos.
All right, I think we lost you again, or are you there?
Anybody.
All right. Go ahead. All right, I think he's not there again. I want him to now react because we have just 7 minutes to.
We have some tweets coming in. I guess
exactly. So I want him to quickly jump into that. There's this tweet here that says, I think when he's back now, I'll have to go back to him now. The tweet says it is crucial.
I'm here.
All right. So are you done with what you're saying? Because I want you to quickly respond to something.
So I said if MC Oluomo has made statements that is capable of causing chaos, he should be brought to book.
So should his statement be treated as treasonable?
It depends on what the law look. It depends on what is obtainable with the law.
So that of
a statement.
So that of Datti-Ahmed should also be depending on what the statement of the law says, isn't it?
Now, you see, when you try to compare the statement of MC Oluomo and the statement of Datti-Ahmed, I think we'll be making a wrong comparison. You know why? Datti-Ahmed is the vice presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Whatever that comes from the mouth of Datti-Ahmed as an interested party that is involved in an election that is on a ticket of a political party is very weighty and must be taken seriously. Okay? As a matter of fact, it is even a disservice to Datti-Ahmed that we are trying to compare the statement of MC Oluomo to Datti-Ahmed.
All right. I want you to quickly respond to this, Mr. Abu Andrew. It says that it is crucial. This comment is coming from Becky Okoro on Twitter. He said it is crucial for the government to ensure that elections are conducted in a transparent and fair manner to promote democracy and good governance, which they have failed Nigerians. This is not coming from us, iBrandTV. This is something that is coming from a Twitter handle. Now, the person says, for me, I think they are just unrest and making allegations to deviate the people's attention. What can you say to that?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Did you hear what I read?
Okay. Now, a lot of tweets are out there.
But did you hear what I just read?
We have tweets that have spoken in favor of the election, the outcome of the election, and we have tweets that have spoken against the outcome of the election. So there are a lot of tweets, and anybody can sit in the comfort of his house or office and tweet anything he or she wants to tweet. Okay, so the fact remains that there are processes in everything we do. The body that is saddled with the responsibility of carrying out an election is the INEC. Whatever way the INEC has carried out these elections, it is for INEC or for the court of public opinion to judge. Okay? Now, except somebody is telling me that the results that were collated was collated by the APC or by the PDP or by the Labour Party. Okay? Everything about the elections is by the INEC. And INEC have announced results. Okay? So where people think that there are irregularities and there are skirmishes of issues, I think those facts should be presented in the right quarters, which is the court.
All right, that's your thought, and it's highly appreciated. But are you still there?
I am. I'm here.
All right, it's good to know.
Do you still want to go on, or you're done with your statement?
I'm done.
All right, now let's look at the issue that has to do with voter apathy. Do you also think that that's also important when it comes to elections? Also looking at voter suppression. Do you also, do you also look at it as something very important, especially with statements that is made by certain individuals when it comes to election period?
Okay, I agree that certain statements can easily reduce, the turnout of.
So, are you there? We lost him again.
Let us know when you're back.
I think he was trying to respond to the fact that yes, he accepts that this issue that has to do with voters.
So if you can hear me, I'm here.
All right, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Now, you see, from when we've had this stable democracy from 1999, we have always had voter apathy. And it is what I kept telling my friends, around all the places I find myself, that nothing is really going to change, because people kept saying, people will come out to vote. We have more 10 million votes added, 10 million registered voters added to the voter register and all that. I said, look, it is not going to change that much. And what I kept saying came to pass. A lot of people are not interested in the elections. Yes, people make a lot of noise, but when it comes to the day of the elections, people rather will sit in their houses to watch the movie that they've not been able to watch, or go on the street to play football or do exercise or whatever they need to do that just gives them that opportunity to do on the day that there will be restriction from movement on the day of elections. A lot of times, people have different reasons why they register as voter. There are some people that just have their voter card for means of identification, and those people are a lot of them. There are a lot of people in that category. So many people have different reasons why they register, not necessarily because they want to vote. Okay, some people did not come out to vote because they practically did not like any of the candidates on the ballot. Okay, so there are so many reasons that lead to voter apathy. Okay, so yes, I think there must be that conscious creation of awareness of how important it is for everybody to cast their vote for an election. Until we do that, we'll keep having this voter apathy.
All right. Kindly react to this particular tweet coming from Oluwakemi Saliu. She said, if INEC had fulfilled its promise of making the electoral process a transparent one, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Do you agree with that? What's your view on that?
I don't agree with it, because when you say a transparent one, I'll keep making this point. The only reason everybody is saying the election wasn't transparent is because of the upload to the IREF. Okay, but I'm saying that party agents had their agents on ground in every polling unit across the 774 local governments in the country. So if you tell me the election wasn't transparent, are you telling me that people did not vote, or the beavers did not capture people that voted? So please, there are certain statements we will never just agree to or say yes to.
All right.
This election, by my judgment, is one of the best elections we have had in this country.
That is a fine place to leave this discussion. Mr. Abu Andrew, thank you very much for being with us on the show today and for giving us your perspective on this matter. Thank you once again.
Thank you for having me.
All right. That is Mr. Andrew Abu. Mr. Andrew Abu is a public affairs analyst and he's been talking to us right from Abuja, the state capital. Thank you very much. It's a nice way to drop the anchor, and we've actually done justice to the topic, which is the aftermath of the elections and all that has been coming up as a result of that. But of course, we want to let you know that whatever our disposition is on this matter, it's not from iBrandTV. It is exactly the people's views, the people's reactions that we've been reading out, and we actually wanted him to react on that. Thank you very much for staying with us. And to wrap up the show properly, we'll be looking at the quote of the day, which is the usual ritual that we do right on the show. Now, the quote of the day says, "Do not allow people to dim your shine because they are blinded. Tell them to put some glasses." I take that again. Do not allow people to dim your shine because they are blinded. Tell them to put some glasses on. That's a good way to wrap up the show. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, a lot of people might not see whatever you have as a dream, or
no matter
as an
how good
idea,
it is,
no matter how beautifully presented it is. But the fact remains that do not allow them kill your shine. If they cannot see, as it were, let them put on their sunglasses.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us, Josh, once again. And like I've always said, in everything you do, keep watching iBrandTV. I am Samuel Okata. Stay blessed.
My name is Joshua Okata. We'll see you tomorrow, God willing.
Bye for now.